to another episode of Wall Watch, where we see how women respond to hitting the wall. Now, no shame, because we all get older, but the important question is, how are you handling getting older? Are you handling it with grace?
I don't have a boyfriend and I don't want it, and if I want one I could have 4 or 5 of them if I want to.
Or are you bitter? Today I got a clip for you guys, and this one comes from Chized. I tried to find the actual video clip, but I couldn't, so I decided just go to his channel and just kind of do it. So shout out to him. Now let me go ahead and introduce myself, and then we're going to get right into it. Before I do that, make sure you comment your thoughts under this video. Let me know what you think. Is this woman handling this with grace, or does she sound bitter? Because I'm definitely going to give you my opinion or my perspective. Now, my name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal for my channel. So here we go.
I'm going to say this with my whole chest as a 40-year-old woman. When I was in high school, the boys were taking us to movies and to a dinner for dates in high school. In high school.
Wrong. Absolutely not. First of all, who was paying for that? But my bad. My bad. I'm sorry. I have to call out the BS when I see it, but let's continue.
High school, you got a picture show in Applebee's at 16. One of my teenage nephews recently took his girlfriend to a steakhouse on a date. Saved his little money, took his girlfriend to a steakhouse on a date. Do not let these grown men sit out here and gaslight you and tell you that something is wrong with you because you don't want to go on a walk as a date. Be where you are catching a vibe with somebody to see if you like them. You should already know if you like them. Do with that what you want.
A 16-year-old taking a girlfriend to a steakhouse? Well, I want to point out the fact that she said girlfriend, okay? Not a first date, an actual girlfriend. So let's continue.
First date shouldn't be where you are catching a vibe with somebody to see if you like them. You should already know if you like them. Me personally, and I'm just speaking for me, that's what the telephone is for. Right? If you want to get to know me, if you want to catch my vibe, you got to hit me on the buzz. You got to call my phone. That may be very old school of me, but I'm not going on a first date with somebody if I ain't already had some conversations with them and sort of felt their vibe and all that type of stuff. I'm not even coming to sit across a table or whatever from you, and I don't know that, I could tolerate it.
Now, respect, right? Because I'm going to say, you shouldn't go on a date with a guy that you're not interested in the first place. But that's not what women do. And what's up with all of these expensive dinners? Like, what's up with the expensive first date? Anyway.
Listen, I've had somebody say to me, well, I just feel like my personality pops more in person, which, I mean, I guess, but I'm hip. You can FaceTime me. We can talk on FaceTime, but I'm not giving you my number today and going on a date with you on Friday to catch a vibe. No, you can call me. We can have a conversation, right? Because I can tell in the phone conversation whether I'm gonna like you or not. But me personally, this is just me personally, and y'all can pick it up or put it down. If it don't apply, let it fly. But me personally, the first date is step 2 of the dating process. I need a few good yap sessions, and from there I can determine whether I even want to chill with you.
Yap sessions? Oh my, that explains everything that this woman is talking about or yapping about.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're the type of man that's like, oh, I don't really like talking on the phone, you ain't my person, no way. Because I'm a yapper. I like to yap. I like to yap on the phone. I like to yap in person. I like to yap. I like a man that got something to talk about. I had an ex whose mom told me, because I asked her like what keeps her and her husband like together after so many years. And she was like, I love to talk and he loves to talk and we never run out of things to talk about. Right? We come home, we talk about work, and then we talk about a million other things. And it feels like something new every day, even though sometimes we talk about, we telling each other the same stories over and over again. It never feels old. I'm very much like that. So this could be very like specific to me and my personality. But like I said, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, then pick it up. If you're not, leave it where it is. I'm not going to argue with you in the comments. If you are okay with it, that is fine. Go on the walk. But if you feel like a walk, coffee, or any of that stuff is low effort, people are now, you are justified in that feeling. You do not have to accept that because people are now all of a sudden trying to make it a social norm, because it has not always been like that. And started dating in the 90s. Wasn't nobody trying to take me on no damn walk.
Is anybody gonna tell her? Okay, all right, dang it. All right, I guess I gotta be the one to tell her, right? Okay, ma'am, there is no one taking you out on dates anymore. No one. Now, to me, this was a crazy situation because I mean, y'all let me know if I'm tripping, but it sounds like this woman was actually hating on her 16-year-old nephew. She said her nephew took his girlfriend to a steakhouse. She didn't say he took some girl that he just met. Now, let's just play. Let's just say that this is the girl that this young man saved his money up for and decided he was going to take this woman out on a date, or this girl on a date, like she so eloquently put. This is not the norm. A 16-year-old going to a steakhouse? Now, I'm going to go ahead and call her out on some of that BS that she was talking about. First of all, she says she's in her 40s, or she says she's 40. I'm going to just let you guys know. I have a mom and a whole bunch of sisters. My mom was 49 for at least 10 years. So I'm just letting you guys know, when a woman tries to reveal her age, she's probably not going to tell you the correct age, just like she's not going to tell you what her body count is. Now, the telltale sign was her talking about dating in the 90s. Okay. Now, I'm bringing that up because I graduated in 2004. Right. So, yes, I get it. I'm old. Right. I'm almost 40. Now, that we know this woman is older, we know, well, let me give you guys a little bit of a history lesson. When it came to dating, or let me just ask you guys, who has the money to take a woman out to the movies and on a dinner? Minimum wage. There, listen, when I first started working, okay, I was in college. So we're talking, so I bring that up to say minimum wage was like it was like $5 and some change. Okay, so I'm saying that to you because I'm like, well, who was actually taking these women out on dates? Who was actually paying for the date? Maybe this woman was dating older men, because then it makes me wonder, well, how did they get to the date? Because the majority of kids in high school did not have a car. Now, I can tell you guys this because I was an athlete in school and I had a car. Now, when you're someone who has a car in high school, I didn't get my car till I was a senior. But when I got my car, there were so many other people who didn't have a car, to where I instantly became even more popular just because I had a car. So I'm saying this because I'm just seeing a whole bunch of like stretching of the story, or lying, just straight up lying. Again, who was paying for these dates? Because the majority of high school kids are getting allowance from their parents. So how many dates was this woman actually going on? Because at that point in time, there was a thing called shame. And what you didn't want was to be known as the neighborhood pass around, right? Like that used to be a thing. Women did not like that, would ruin a woman's reputation to the point to where she would want to move to a whole nother state, a whole nother city area. Like she would definitely get out of town, because once you ruin your reputation, it is ruined. Yes, I know today is completely different, but let me say this. Again, it does not sound like this woman is happy about her situation. Now, I'm not sure if this woman is aware of it, but she says she had an ex that she was able to yap to. And listen, that yapper that she has, oh my God. Wow. I don't think I would be able to handle it. Like, the things that she's talking about, I mean, she would have to be happy all the time, because if she is not happy, oh my, it doesn't mean she's not gonna stop talking. It just means what she's gonna talk about is going to annoy you. So that might be the reason why this woman is still single. I mean, think about it. She's still talking about dating and she's over 40. Her tactic isn't working. So she needs to choose something different. Think about it. She talked about somebody calling her on the phone. Listen, let me give you guys a little bit of a history lesson. There was a point in time where women couldn't hide behind screens. They couldn't hide behind phones. They couldn't hide behind technology. They had to meet you out in the real world, and the man had to approach, get the number, and then make sure that he called enough to where he could potentially catch you, because all homes had landline. Even if you had a cell phone, there were rules to it, meaning people had sky high bills, or people figured out, let me keep my bill down and let me follow the rule. And the rule was your calls are free after, what was it, 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. Right? So I want you to just take that into consideration based on what this woman was saying. Times were completely different. People made less money. The parents that were going on dates, those were special occasions. And when they did go out, they were going out to Applebee's. If teenagers went, then it was more of a family outing, right? It wasn't necessarily a date. So going on dates was like not really a thing. Like, people were meeting up and possibly doing things like going on a walk. If you met at a coffee shop, once again, that was a thing until it wasn't a thing, until women adopted the mindset that they need to go out on an expensive date. This was not always the case, especially with people who didn't have a lot of money. And I can tell you this, a whole bunch of parents, a lot of parents were not paying for their sons to go on dates with women, especially because they weren't really going on dates like that. Again, when they did go on dates, those were special times. Those were occasional times. Now, all of a sudden, this is the norm. It's normal to take a woman out on a date without meeting her, without really knowing what you're going to get on that date. And women feel like they need to be rewarded for doing nothing but showing up. Guess what, sweetheart? I showed up too. And again, there was a point in time where when you wanted to meet up with someone, you met up somewhere. It could have been a coffee shop. It could have been the mall. It could have been wherever, but it was not somewhere expensive. If you had a Camaro, a Mustang, a Honda, or something like that, you were the man. And nowadays, you got to have a Lamborghini truck. Completely different day and time. And I'm talking about the 2000s. This woman brought up the 90s. This is why I constantly say, fellas, get your life together, because women, their minds don't really seem to change much as they get older. But what happens is they receive a lot of damage, right? They receive a lot of trauma, or they go through a lot of trauma. So what I'm saying is, you're going to have your opportunities with women, but you want to get yourself together first. Get your mind together, read, meditate, get your body together, because health is wealth. You cannot enjoy life if your health is jacked up. It just doesn't, it's not going to work for you. And then the most important thing after those two things is your income. What type of money do you have? So invest your money in things that give you a return. This is like kind of new information, not new in the sense that people didn't know about investments, because people didn't know about investments. Because if they did know about investments, it wouldn't be such a big space on Instagram, on YouTube for people to talk about. It's a new concept that people are figuring out. Right? This is a new thing. So when I'm saying this to you, I hope that you guys adapt. to dating. Just like me, I have to adapt. Just like this woman, she now has to adapt to dating. So make sure you understand what's going on out here. The reason why you have a woman like her who's still dating is because she couldn't figure it out. She couldn't figure out how to keep him in, or every single man was toxic. I'll let you decide which one makes more sense to you. But what we do know is she's still single. So with all of that being said, I got a question for you guys. What do you think? Comment under this video. Remember, when you are watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Now that this video is done, do me a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then share this video with anyone you think this would help. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.